Hi Libra, welcome to your January 2019 Astro Update. It's Rena here. So January is the first month of the year. I think we all know that. But for you, it's starting with a real emphasis on domesticity. I think that's how you pronounce it, right? Domestic scene. Humana, humana. And this is because the sun is in the fourth house of home and family. The sun is everything to us, isn't it? So it's very much a presence. And this means that there could be some matter. I mean, this could be literally your real estate. If you're somehow involved with your house, maybe you're buying a new house or you're scouting for houses or selling a house. And you've had a lot of stuff going on with this house because the fourth house for you is Capricorn. Pluto has been there for 11 years and Saturn has joined the party. Some party, huh? For the last year plus. And now you have the South Node there. So that could be karmic influence or some issue, a pattern coming up again that you have to kind of like not allow yourself to fall back into a certain pattern. And so I don't know how this would play out for individual Libra people. But in general, with Pluto in the fourth house, childhood issues could certainly have been staring you in the face. You may have thought you had the perfect childhood and things came to you, maybe repressed memories that made you realize otherwise, and you've had to deal with the aftermath of that. I mean, I'm just giving one dramatic example, but now we have these shorter transits, the sun in there on the fourth, Mercury is going into that house. And so Mercury makes you interested maybe in contracts. So again, that might hint at somebody who is, trying to close on a house or who is selling their house. You may be doing some kind of renovation with your home and you're getting the blueprints ready, any kind of documents. You could be speaking to your mother and about something, or there's more communication than is typical. On the 5th, we have the solar eclipse at 15 degrees of Capricorn in that same sector. So solar eclipse, I mean, if you're somebody who has been trying to sell your home and it just has been sitting on the market, all of a sudden you may get 10 potential buyers or something. That's kind of like what I'm talking about here. You might have been actively trying and nothing was budging, and then all of a sudden this. And just new beginnings on the home front, but in a major way because this is a solar eclipse instead of a regular new moon. On the 6th, Uranus goes direct in Aries, and this is that 7th house of committed partnership in your opposite sign. You've actually had Aries, Uranus in this house for over 7 years. And it briefly went into your 8th house, and now it retrograded, went back there. Now it's direct. It will be in this house for a couple more months. So between your home, I would say home and family, and your primary relationship, the last almost decade may have been quite a doozy for a lot of Libra people. And there's a lot of transformation happening. Uranus is about curveballs, and this is in the area of committed partnership. Sometimes Uranus wants freedom, and so it can lead to sudden marriages. I'm kind of contradicting myself because I'm saying sudden marriages, that's not freedom. But the freedom to decide to do things on the spur of the moment and, shocking those around you. But leaving a relationship very suddenly or entering a relationship very suddenly. You rule that seventh house, so you are connected to the affairs of that house. And this is definitely an area of where most people who get married or commit to somebody, they want that stability. Otherwise, they would just play the field. So that might have been a little bit challenging for some if you had a partner who suddenly just out of the blue said that they wanted to leave. But it is what it is. I think now that Uranus is direct and it's going to be leaving soon, that you won't have to worry about that kind of unsettling energy for much longer. But, I just want to make it clear that Uranus in the seventh house can breathe new life into a stagnant relationship. It's not that it's just like something that necessarily produces unpleasant surprises. It's just that, sometimes when you settle down so much, it's like you become a rock or something. And you have to realize that both you and your partner are here to grow, and you have to grow together in order to maintain that sense of being, compatibility and being, on the same page and feeling like you have things in common. If you don't feel that way, it's natural that you're going to drift apart. So this can perhaps bring that into your relationship. And then in March, it will leave, and you can get back down to your normal everyday life. On the 7th, Venus goes into Sagittarius. So this is a sextile to Libra, third house of communication. And this can bring love through the internet for those people who are interested, or through any kind of means that is not like where you are in direct contact with somebody. So you are communicating. I mean, they don't have pen pals anymore, do they? But anything with love. Oh, maybe online dating, I guess. That could be a thing. And Venus in the third is good for, I would say, artistic projects that involve writing, because the third house can be about that. And about a truce with your siblings. If you were having any difficulties, that can smooth things out for sure. Also, money coming through endeavors of the third house, teaching and, training. Maybe you're doing, what do they call those trainings? Like a paid internship or something like that. That could possibly be what's going on too. On the 20th, the sun goes into Aquarius, your fifth house, and that's your house of falling in love. So that should appeal to some Libra people. And the sun is this very positive influence. And as a matter of fact, in the tarot, one of the sun card, one of the facets of the sun card is love. And it's no surprise that it's ruling this fifth house. And this is also great for any kind of hobbies that you have. It might be a time when you're being invited to a lot of parties. And even though this is after the holidays, the fifth house can be like kind of fun events, concerts. This is the kind of thing that Libra people really enjoy. You are social butterflies. You do like to attend parties and go to concerts, typically. Maybe if your sun is in the 12th house, not so much, but typically this is what a Libra person is like. And one thing that I want to just state, I say this once in a while, but the 12 signs are archetypes. So you could call them templates of certain personality traits, both challenging and easy elements to a person's nature. Some people are not going to possess some of the shadow elements, and they might not even possess some of the other ones as well, or they're modified because of other placements. But the point is that there are certain things that are associated with each sign, certain characteristics. And so sometimes people say, oh, that's not me, I'm not like that. And it doesn't mean you're going to resemble all of those traits, but at the very least, you resonate to certain things in life. So all Libra people are not social butterflies in the classic sense. Some of you who have the sun in the 12th house, for instance, or maybe you have the moon in Virgo or Virgo rising or Cancer rising, you may be more timid, more introverted. You may like to be with more intimate gatherings than big, loud parties or concerts or something like that. But, and the same holds true for a Virgo person with Leo rising. They may be more extroverted than a typical Virgo person. So it's not to put everybody in a box, but, you know, you have to have a classification system, or else what's the point of astrology at all? We should just like not even talk about it. It's so funny because occasionally I get comments, and this person wrote to me and said something like, oh, I know that I'm my own person and I'm not like fitting into like any particular label and blah, blah, blah. And it's like, well, boy, did they come to the wrong place, because astrology is all about, you know, classifying people based on these different aspects. And so if you're not looking for any kind of categorization like that, then definitely do not, you know, listen to astrology readings or watch astrology readings. So, so that's fun. I think that you're going to start to feel like the sense of things lightening up, because again, you know, the sun was in the 4th house, and it's kind of like heavy duty there right now. There's a lot of serious stuff going on. I'm not saying in a bad way serious. Sometimes you have to be serious in life. But this is more playful energy. On the 21st, there's a lunar eclipse at 0 degrees of Leo in the 11th house, which is the house of friendships and groups. It's the house that Aquarius rules. It's the house of the collective. A lunar eclipse here could mean that there is a very I don't know if you'd call it sudden, but it could be a sudden ending to a certain group that you belong to or social circle. So yes, of course you could have initiated this, and this could be part of a bigger picture, Libra. If you have decided that you want to go into a different direction, and this includes the people that you hang out with, you may just like cut them all off. And this may be, you know, with lunar eclipses, sometimes it's coming from outside of you. So even if, let's say, you notice you stop getting invited to certain, I was going to say parties, but that seems to go against the sun being in your 5th house. But let's say it's more like events that are connected to people that you know, and you have this certain group of friends, and all of a sudden they're not calling you anymore, and you might be like, what's going on? Sometimes it's possible, if you feel like you've had a spiritual awakening, that even if you haven't been proselytizing to other people, just the few comments you may have made may have turned off certain people, and they are just like, they want no part of it. And when I say this, I just want to make it very, very clear that if anything along these lines has occurred, I'm not suggesting that there is something wrong with you because you mentioned things that you've been going through. I'm telling you that this kind of dramatic change in your social network is merely one of the symptoms of this awakening. And it may make a person feel lonely and even like rejected and misunderstood. But the more that you understand these symptoms, the more you can transition with a state of grace where you're not like double, what's the word? well, questioning yourself. I was going to say there's a second guessing. That was what I was looking for. And yeah, I mean, sometimes we second guess ourselves. Did I do something wrong? Even when we know in our heart of hearts we didn't do anything against anyone, we can still feel uncomfortable by the change of events. And if this is something that happens, understand that it's happening for your highest good. It can also be a time maybe when you have that situation come to pass where your dreams are coming true, because this is the 11th house, hopes and wishes. And maybe things just finally come to that point of manifestation in a grand way. And, you know, you feel this sense of joy because it was something that you've been working on, or that you've been, actually, it's not going to be so much working on, I think, because this is not career. This can be other things in life that have just been close to your heart that you've wanted to do, and now you can make it happen. On the 24th, we have Mercury going into Aquarius. And so Mercury is going into the sector that is the love area and the creativity. I think I didn't say creativity with the 5th house too. I should have said that. And so that might be like with Mercury, possibly some art project that relates to writing and just communication in general. This could also be that you're communicating with somebody that you have met. Now, again, did you meet somebody online and now you are really going at it, but more of going at it. The 5th house is the house of recreational sex, but this could be you going at it verbally in a good way. So anyway, I think I'm going to leave it there. I'm a little bit loopy, I think, and I'm saying silly things. So anyway, I hope that you have a wonderful month, Libra. If you'd like a private reading, please click on the link below. Otherwise, have a great January. Bye.